Good Friday morning, guys. My name is Jerry Miller, and this, Real Talk, an insider's guide to real estate life and the pursuit of happiness, presented by the Yes Team Realtors. We're live in Charlottesville, the Commonwealth, the country, and the world, on the I Love CVille Network, a special start time of 10 a.m. Live on Instagram, live on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Snapchat, and TikTok, as we frankly have no competition when it comes to reach in this community. Judah Wickhauer is our director. Why don't we go to the studio camera and let's welcome a gentleman who needs no introduction. He is the distinguished gentleman. He's looking super sharp, the navy blue suit today. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning. I love the cardigan, man.
Thank you.
I have the same thing, but I got the two old man pockets on the
I think
bottom.
I have that one. I may wear that on Tuesday for you.
Really?
Yeah.
I got the old man pockets. That's the way you put your tissues in it so you can blow your nose.
Is it for tissues, cigars? I guess it's your flask.
Flask. I like that. Flask is good. Actually, we went out to, we had a car realtor event, board event at Maya last night.
Nice.
Yeah, and I love those guys over there. If you like a martini.
Did Ted make it for you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Ted's the man, right?
Oh, yeah. I just walked, in social distance, I said, do your thing. I'll be over here under the tent. And he walked out with some deliciousness.
So you were outside on the patio?
Oh, yeah, we were outside.
That's a great spot for it.
Yeah, it was just a social event for the car board members. So
what goes on there?
What, we do a social event?
Yeah.
We talk about you.
No, come on. What goes on there?
We literally talk about you.
Are you talking about inventory levels?
No. So we all work pretty hard on this board, and it was just we haven't done one in a year, and it's just, a bunch of professionals getting together, talking about family and how's the kids, and we really don't talk shop. Matter of fact, I don't think we talked any shop at all.
I love it.
Just kind of getting together. Everybody had masks on. Everybody was 6 feet apart. Plenty of room under the tent. And you took the mask off, sipped your drink, put the mask back on, and it was a lot of fun.
So we have this. Why don't we highlight this? So
Sure.
Iris Luck brings this up, and she says, you guys are starting early today. We're accustomed to 10:15. We just got that on Instagram as well.
Yeah.
Why don't you let them know why?
Yeah, so Iris, thank you for bringing that up. Yours truly double booked himself today. I have a event that I have to chair at 11 o'clock. And this event is put on by the Regional Housing Partnership, which is part of the Thomas Jefferson Planning District Commission. And it's going to be titled Navigating Today's Affordable Housing Series. And Jude, if you don't mind running slides 1 through 3 as I'm chatting a little bit. So Dr. Lisa Sturtevant, the chief economist for Virginia Realtors, is going to come in and actually talk about the impact of COVID in the real estate market. And, we've interviewed Lisa on the show a couple of times, really rock star. And you never really think rock star and economist,
but she is.
But she is,
Yeah.
without a doubt.
Yeah.
So I buried a link in that. If there's any way that you can post in it, that would be great. There's some spots available.
Sure.
It's a webinar, so there'll be the beginning of it will be, some presentations, and then the back end of it, yours truly will monitor some questions and for the good doctor and talk about it. So it's a lot of fun. We're looking forward to it. It's it's kind of a version of what we've done here, but it's going to be a little bit more in depth. So
I love it. Yonna Smith, good morning.
Good morning.
Love when you watch Yonna. We'll give some love now to MarieBette, Water Street and Rose Hill Drive. The distinguished gentleman was there this morning.
I was.
Jason and Patrick do it right. Ray Cadell, welcome to the broadcast.
So
Long
does
and
Will.
Foster, Nest Realty. Keller Williams, hello. Ray Cadell just shared the program.
Thank
Real
you, Ray.
Estate 3 is now watching the broadcast.
So we're gonna.
That's 4 firms watching you now.
Thank you. We're gonna get into realtor safety a little bit, but I'm going to take a little bit of executive producer privilege at the
I
moment.
love it.
You may not hear in a minute.
Okay.
So today is
Yeah.
my mother's birthday.
Yes.
And
How old is she?
35.
35 years old. You're aging extremely well, Mrs. Smith.
I'm starting to think that my mother is not necessarily telling me the truth. Just starting to think that. I think she's been telling me she's been 35 for quite a few years. No, I will be a gentleman and not tell my mother's age, because one never does that with a woman.
Sure.
So that's for her to say. But seriously, I was growing up, she kept on telling me, I'm 35. And I'm like, well, hold it, Mom. So anyway, Judah's going to put a picture up, put a little slide up that I created for my mother.
All right.
And we're going to sing my mother happy birthday.
We're going to sing her happy birthday. right.
We
Wow.
are.
First time in Real Talk history, we have two gentlemen with voices not of songbirds,
No,
with voices
no.
not of angels, but with voices of
We didn't want to
rusted vehicles.
Kind
Singing happy birthday on the show. Yes, you're right. You surprised me with this.
I surprised you with
this.
this. I'm trying to keep you on your toes.
I
Mr.
see
Miller.
that.
Mr. Miller. So I will call mom, and you will call my mother, Mrs. Smith.
Okay, so you're going to say mom. I'm going to say Mrs. Smith.
And I'm going to say mom first. And
Judah, you're not getting out of here too easily, my friend. I'm going to pull a little owner of the network thing right here, and you're going to get that microphone in front of you, flip from the Keith, Jerry, and Judah camera, and you, Judah Whitcower, are going to sing as well.
Sorry,
so get
Judah.
that camera, get that microphone ready to go, and that camera ready to go. I think he's going to need roughly 4 seconds before we can start. Alfred's part of the team.
Alfred is part of the team, without a
Start.
We're ready.
Are you ready?
So first of
You
all,
can flip to all the cameras.
Mom, I love you dearly, and I apologize for what I'm about ready to do.
First of all, I love all you who watch this network routinely dearly, and we apologize for what we're about to do. Okay? He needs to apologize to his mother. I want to apologize to the people that keep the lights on here.
Okay, keep the lights on. I got it. So everybody ready?
All right, are you going to give us a count?
I'm
Like
gonna
a
give-
one?
I-
A two?
I'm going to give.
Okay, all right, sorry, distinguished gentlemen, sorry.
We're going to have to talk. I'm the executive director.
You're right. Producer.
Producer. Oh, he's the director.
He's the
I
director,
apologize. See, I got off my game here. So ready?
I'm ready.
On the count of two.
on
Ready?
two.
I'm going to throw you off. Ready? On the count of two. 1, 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear
Mrs.
Mom.
Smith.
Mrs. Smith. Happy birthday to you. I think I just got written out of the will.
I think she loved it. Did you tell her to watch? She watches the replay, right?
She watches the replay, and I asked Alfred to cut that out a little bit, and I'm going to send it to her after the
fabulous director. So you're saying your mom's not active on social media?
Well, you would think at 35 that she would be right into Facebook, but at 35 she's not. I don't get it.
She's doing a phenomenal job aging because the distinguished gentleman is 49 years old.
Oh, no, I'm knocking on 60. So I could never figure that math out. But in any event,
that was fun.
Thank you, Mom. I love you dearly. Thank you. Thank you. And
Ira says, "Happy birthday, Mrs. Smith."
yeah, she's a great woman. Great woman. I'm lucky to have her. So, just to go backwards a little bit, what we're going to talk about at 11 o'clock is a bunch of the stuff that we talk about regularly on the show. It's going to be diversity, production, housing production, accessibility, traffic, cost effectiveness of building locations, design, and stability. So hopefully, those, if they got time, they can chime in on it. They have to register first. And
sorry to interrupt you. We need to emphasize this. Yonna, your beautiful 7/8, she wants to make sure we emphasize Yonna Smith says happy birthday to Mom.
There you go. Yeah, I was. If I was smart enough and didn't think about this at the last minute, we probably should have chimed in Yonna.
Right, we should probably gotten a video of Yonna where she was saying,
should have Skyped her in.
That would have been good.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm slacking on my executive producer.
No, you're not. Ray says my mom turns 90 in October. She loves Facebook and watches your show as long as I'm a guest on the program. I love Rain Kid down. Did you hear that? He's like, as long as I'm a guest on the program. That was hilarious.
Where do we go from there, man?
know,
it's just done. How do we move on from that?
That made us both genuinely laugh.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. So we have roughly 30 some and change. And we have a lot to cover, my friend.
We do, minutes-wise.
Yes,
Got
sir.
it. Forgot
Yes,
about that. Thank you for keeping me straight.
Yes, sir.
Well, we don't have a lot to cover. We just want to have a general discussion about Realtor Safety Month. So slide 3, if you don't mind. It's at the end of September, but National Association of Realtors does a Realtor Safety Month every September, right? And I won't get into the stats because, you can Google this and kind of find it, but we talk about this all the time. NAR, National Association of Realtors, are really good at many, many things, but they exceed at statistical data. So this is all statistical data talking about frankly, incidents, how real estate, what happens to realtors out there. And I just want to start a little bit of a reminder on this. So this is like, okay, COVID-19's kind of changed everything. It's kind of changed this too, right? This realtor safety thing. And I really want to take this from the approach of, this is just not about real estate agents. It's about how we also keep our clients safe.
Right.
Right. So, and it's not necessarily a physical safety thing. We're going to talk a little bit about, if you have a home that's listed, something silly, don't leave your bank account information out. Just something silly like that. And some people don't keep pictures of their children out, right? Because when
so you've been in homes where they have left their banking information out on an open house?
I have. Wow. Not in fact, even scenarios where, and all the real estate agents that are watching are all pros, right? But what we do is, before we take photo shoots, we really we just don't turn loose the photographer to go do photo shoots. We walk around the house and say, okay, you need to turn that piece of paper over, you need to turn that piece of paper over, or whatever. Are you comfortable with your, children, your kids, right? So we'll go through and prep a house because, we're going to talk a little bit about safety at open houses, but we're also been talking about, you're smiling.
Kelly Jackson says, you guys are matching today. It's so cute.
We didn't plan it.
But we did not plan it. Barbara Lundgren watching the program as well,
Barbara.
giving us some props. So this just broke. We need to throw this to you.
Sure.
Saw it on the way in. Kelly sent us a message about it as well. Governor Ralph Northam and his wife 9 minutes ago announced both test positive for COVID-19.
Oh, Jesus.
9 minutes ago. National news.
Yeah. So we're talking about safety, and we're talking about COVID-19. Be safe out there, folks. We're at 7 feet away from each other.
Yeah.
We're my mother's birthday. We're taking them out to Vivace for dinner on Saturday.
They do it right.
They do it right.
Yeah. They get the benefit of those outside patios.
That's exactly right. And we're going to sit outside, and we got a table that's big enough to separate everybody. And from a governor's perspective, I don't know how somebody at that level, right? Because he's got to engage. It's got to be hard to keep it safe. Now, I only wish him and his family the best of luck and health, and we'd stay away from politics in this show.
Right. This is more about
be safe.
Yeah, that's what this is about.
Safe.
That's why I brought it up to you.
Thank you. I missed that on the way in.
I mean, it happened as the show started.
Oh.
Literally, it was just announced.
Yeah. Well, safety first, Batman. We talked about this on a couple of shows before. Be safe, wear your masks, be conscious, be kind to one another, from a COVID perspective. And we're going to talk about realtor safety a little bit about that. So being kind. One of the struggles I was having preparing for the show.
People want your take on that, by the way.
On which take?
The governor news and COVID. People are asking, what does Keith think of this?
Yeah.
And guys, this literally just happened. So he's hearing it from the first time on this show that the governor and his wife just literally, 11 minutes ago, and we started at 10.
So being who I am, my first thought is to their safety and their well-being. I hope that they can stay healthy. I hope that they are smart enough not to infect anybody else, which I'm sure that they are.
Yeah.
So my first thing is no different than, God forbid, if I heard either one of you tested positive. It's
not about politics.
No.
It's just about the well-being of people.
So let's keep them in our thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
And let's hope it's contained. And I'm sure his contact tracing is awesome. And but I would only want to pray for him and his family.
Okay. Amen.
So I will not go down the politics road.
Yeah. Well, that's all it was. Yeah. I echo that.
Hats off to him that he announced it too. Was it announced by him or somebody else?
Let's see here. I'm going to the article that literally was now posted 14 minutes ago on CNN. This is what his quote is. Quote, As I've been reminding Virginians throughout the crisis, COVID-19 is very real and very contagious.
Sure.
CNN, literally, this is so early in the thing, only has 4 paragraphs on the website as the story is developing.
Well, pray for him and his family.
All Americans.
All Americans. Thank you. It just drives home. We're talking about safety. We're talking about COVID-19. It just drives home. This is effing real.
Right.
This is
I mean, the top dog in Virginia.
This is not some make-believe thing.
Yeah.
Now, he's a healthy man. His wife's a healthy woman. We should be able to, hopefully, to get through this and everything's. Now, there's whole political connotations.
Oh, my gosh.
If he's not able to perform his job, right?
Oh, it's going to be.
Yeah.
It's a topic for a complete, not even this show, but it's it's going to snowball.
Yeah. Well, politically, it'll snowball. But I'm talking about from a practical perspective, right? God forbid.
Because you're saying he's going to quarantine. He's got to.
Well, quarantine's one thing. You can function as quarantine, right?
Yeah.
He can still do business, or he can still
Zoom.
He can still be act as the governor. God forbid, and I don't even want to say it.
Oh, then understood.
Yeah.
If it gets even more serious, man, his age, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And then there's this succession that's built into the system, right? So
Crazy times.
Yeah, man. We talked about that on the way in. On the way in, I saw some stuff that I've never saw in 30 years.
Has this election year been like any election year you've ever seen?
Never.
Right. This is how it. Not even talking politics. I'm just talking about what you're seeing from human and social behavior.
Never. I won't name names, but on the way in, there was a lot of vandalism on certain signs. And I've never seen that before. On a positive note, when I got a cup of coffee this morning, everybody knows I'm in the construction kind of related business. There was 4 cranes, we call them sticks in the business, pointing around, moving around. I got super excited. Downtown Charlottesville, in the rain, work is going.
Where are you seeing those? Which brands, businesses?
So it was one at ACAC, 2 at the.
So that's Apex, right?
Correct.
Yeah, Apex Clean Energy.
There you go. 2 at Co-Construct.
Right. That's Oliver's, right?
Actually, it was 3 cranes operating.
Okay.
And then another one which I couldn't see
Probably
exactly.
Code, Joffrey's. Center of Developing Entrepreneurs, Ice Park.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Didn't put 2 and 2 together. That's exactly right. But there's a bunch of static cranes moving, mobile cranes moving, and a guy that's in the business recovering.
What's that mean to you?
It means shit's happening. Sorry, stuff's happening.
Yeah.
So we just had this conversation about, the governor and thoughts and prayers out to him and his family and our state and our country. But stuff is still moving, so that's a positive thing.
Your buddy Neil Williamson watching the show, he just posted a link from the News Virginian about the impact COVID has had. 1 million worldwide deaths. I think it's an opportunity for you to encourage Neil to tune into what you're doing this morning.
Neil will be there. He's part of the car.
Okay, he's on there. Okay, so Neil doesn't have to
I don't think he'll be on it, but he's part of it for sure.
Okay, very good.
Had a great conversation with Neil yesterday.
Love Neil Williamson.
At this event, and I won't give too many details, but we, with the Land Trust, had a pre-construction or pre-application meeting with the city of Charlottesville, and I got to tell you, it went awesome.
Yeah?
Super engaged and positive, so I'm happy news from my perspective with the city.
Lily Grace is watching. She says, I'll be praying with you, gentlemen.
There you go.
Just posted that on Instagram.
Doesn't matter if you believe in his politics or not, pray for the man.
Exactly.
And his wife.
Golden rule.
Absolutely.
Kelly says, I feel like I would have to clean my whole house from top to bottom if someone came in to view my home.
So great. So the topic that I wanted to really talk about is physical safety, right? But we've covered a lot of the COVID safety thing, and most of the, not most, but all of the real estate agents in our area are super tight with their codes, with their not their codes, I apologize. Got me thinking about the code building, with their protocols on that stuff. But what I was thinking this morning when I was putting this together, so one of the safety tips that we do, and there's I forgot which slide number it is, slide number 4. So it's situational awareness. So I teach this to real estate agents. I'm one of NAR's recognized and licensed instructors on this. I also teach and have taught personal safety to particularly female real estate agents on this stuff.
He's also a Marine.
Thank you.
Important to emphasize that.
Thank you. So situational awareness is really the key to safety here. And I was thinking about it this morning, how we were going to talk about this, because in today's world and this vandalism I saw on the way in today and all this craziness that's going on. So one of the safety tips is, and you have to as a real estate agent and buyers in particular need to understand this isn't personal. But one of the safety tips that we talk about is you never get in front of somebody. So, for instance, if I want to open up a door for somebody and I'm by myself with that, I'll open up the door and I will gesture, please, go in front of me. I will always position myself, and this is just what I've learned for what I did in the Corps.
Right.
I always made sure you were in front of me, but you have to do it in a respectful, tasteful, non-aggressive, non-threatening manner, right?
Sure.
And then, so you like a room, right, or a bathroom, something tight quarters. You wouldn't want to walk in front of that, so you would say, look, please take a look at the bathroom.
I'll hang out here.
Well, whatever works for you,
Uh-huh.
but you don't want to be offensive, right? You don't want to offend anybody's sensibilities because, God only knows. But this is real. June of 2020, there was a Realtor in Roanoke, right? So just put this in perspective. Realtor in Roanoke, open house, a scumbag, for lack of a better term.
That's fair.
Came in, hit her over the head 10 times with a 12-inch crescent wrench. Now, she fought back, survived. She's in a tremendous amount of recovery. Thoughts and prayers go out to her, and if you do a Google search, you'll find it. There's still a GoFundMe account open to go ahead and do that. But that's, she broke a lot of the golden rules or the situational awareness.
And we're not blaming her.
Absolutely
What
not.
we're doing is highlighting what could have been done differently.
Absolutely. Thank you for correcting me on that.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. It's the nature of our business, right? We get excited, we want to help, but you're out in the country in an open house. And they're still doing it. I looked on it this morning. There's 13 open houses planned this weekend, right? So it's still happening.
In-person open houses.
That's exactly right. Thank you. In-person open houses. So, you kind of want to, so Yonna had an open house on last Sunday.
By yourself?
No. Okay. We're very fortunate. We've got some great folks that we work with, and there was one of our new agents, one of our new mentees. They did it together, right? So they did 2 agents. They're in an open house. It was in, location that was kind of remote, and they had 7 or 8 people come through. So it's good from a sales perspective because you can help and take care of more people. But the other thing is you have somebody there, right? And so Yonna and I have code words, right? And of course I won't say what they are on the lot. Yeah, but if she is by herself or whatever and she feels unsafe, I'll either get a text or I'll get a phone call, and then I know. And
to get in a truck and
we share each other's location, right? And there's all kinds of apps that you can do on this stuff. But to go back to the situation, it's just, and it's difficult for me to explain this because it's so ingrained into me. Right?
It's instinctual for you now.
Well,
not everyone.
If you spend 6 years doing what I did, it's just you always pay attention to what's around in your awareness. Think before you walk in. If you should happen to do an open house by yourself, get there 15 minutes before. Never let somebody get in, you get in front of somebody else. But, think through. And we're not wired this way because we just want to help. We want to sell. We want to do all this stuff. But it happens. And these statistics here, when somebody takes a look at it, these are real things that happen. And they're not, 1 or 2 instances. So be aware of your surroundings. What we will coach some young agents that are starting in there. Think about an escape plan. Just think about the building. Think, how am I going to get out of this, right? is the only way out of it this way? Is there another way out of it through a different door? I know it sounds, oh my God, but it happens. It happened to this. It happened to this young lady.
Question coming in regards our friend Barbara Lundgren.
Hey, Barbara.
Has a question for you. And Barbara says, are all agents required to take safety classes?
No. They're encouraged. Required is a big word, right?
That's not part of the, you would think it would be.
No.
No?
I may be wrong. Ray is much smarter than I. He might chime in on it. But
Ray, Yonna,
it's
any
not
perspective?
Yeah, so it's not part of your licensing. I've been licensed so long I don't remember it, but it's not part of your licensing process. So the brokerage is taken on. I don't know how many brokers are watching, but Roy Wheeler, we have a great program. We coach up Realtors to be smart. These are your tools that are available. Keller Williams, Long and Forster, Nest has it. I'm sure I'm missing a bunch of real estate agents, realtor brokers, so I apologize. But that's what happens. So what happens, the brokerage takes this on, and these tools are provided by NAR. And CAR also has regularly scheduled classes, which sometimes I teach on that stuff. So again, it's just, we have a short show today. I just really wanted to take a moment and talk a little bit about safety, and talk a little bit about from the buyer's perspective. So one of the tools, the safety tools, is take 2 vehicles to a showing. So you have to, as a real estate agent or as a realtor, figure out what works well for you to explain that to Mr. and Mrs. Miller or Mr. Miller, right? And say, hey, we're going to take 2 vehicles today. I've got to make a few phone calls. I've got an appointment after this, or whatever narrative that you wish to do to raise your safety level up.
Yonna says it's your personal choice as an agent with the help of your brokerage, but not required.
See?
Yeah.
Isn't she smart?
She's amazing. Say it often on the show.
There you go. Well, if I grow up and become the 7/8, whatever the math works out, but that she is, I'll be doing something. So that's kind of I wanted really to attack this at a high level. Some agents like to take safety classes, personal safety classes, which is a great thing, right? So if somebody grabs you, you can learn how to break a hold.
Mace?
Excuse me?
Mace?
Yeah, man.
You're not a fan, are you? The old keychain canister?
Well, it's really great until the wind blows it back in your face. And then now all of a sudden you got a problem. Yeah. Right? So
that happens?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Again, to me, try not to get into the situation to start with, right? Make sure you have somebody make sure people know. So one of the COVID-19 impacts, one of the protocols used to be, and it still is, but it's being adapted as we speak. We're all talking about this, brick and mortar real estate offices are kind of changing a little bit.
How are they changing?
Well, COVID-19 kind of ramped that up a little bit. What we do for a living, I don't necessarily need a physical office. You need a physical office to meet the the licensing requirements and the brokerages and all that stuff. But I don't have to meet clients at an office anymore. Now, one of the safety issue protocols would be, just think about this. We get cold calls from people, cold emails from people.
All the time.
We don't know.
Right?
Right.
Which is a good thing.
It's a great thing.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
But that's what you want, right?
I think that's called pipelining.
Yeah,
but I may be wrong.
I think that's what that's called.
I think that's what that's called.
Good sales vertical.
It's good sales vertical. But from a safety perspective, you would say, hey, Mr. Miller, let's meet at my office at whatever. It's amongst other people. Usually what we would do is, hey, look, for your safety, we'd like a copy of your driver's license. We put it on file. It's just for everybody's safety on it. Hey, have you met with Scott Morris? Have you been pre-qualified? I'd like to have a copy of the pre-qual letter. So you ask a lot.
You're vetting them.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, you're vetting them for your sales
For
pipeline.
the business, but also if these people have this, and this in place, they're authentic and serious.
Absolutely.
And they're not playing a hustle or something.
That's exactly right.
Right? Because who's going to go through a pre-qual letter if they're doing a hustle?
There you go. Well, you never know.
You never know. That would be a serious hustle.
That would be, that'd be really serious.
Right?
But we don't have that now, right? It's just really not happening. Everybody, where Wheeler's office is open and we have protocols set up in there and every one of the other offices are set up, but it's not a driving factor that it used to be. So now you got to figure out, well, how am I going to do this? I can't go to MarieBette, right? Because I can't sit inside.
Yeah, well, if you could, you would feel bad if you stayed a long time.
No, well, you can't.
Oh, at that particular location.
Yeah.
But some are allowed 50% inside.
Yeah, so you've got to, as an agent.
But you would feel terrible if you stayed there all day and they only had like 14 seats.
Yeah, so the intent is not to stay there all day. The intent is to meet the person in a public space.
Right.
COVID-19 has impacted public spaces, seriously.
You know the brokers better than I do, but from my count, we now have 4 brokers, 3 former car presidents, and 1 comment from, is Quentin the incoming president?
He is.
Yeah, the incoming president, Quentin Beckham. We love you on this show. Also, Lily Grace on Instagram Live over here saying, thank you, Keith. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
So what's happening on the Instagram Live is the 40 and under brokers, age-wise, are watching over here. We got a lot over here. All right, so let me read.
Whoa. So you're saying that is me?
No, I'm just
only
saying,
teasing
you know what I say.
I'm just teasing.
Quentin Beckham, Keller Williams, he says, I think almost all of us who are brokers train on avoiding. If you get to the point where you need to use mace or a gun, you have failed the first steps of safety training.
Sure.
Let's welcome Jeff Gaffney to the show.
Hey, Jeff. Yeah, so that's my term, situational awareness. So that's a leftover from my career in the Marine Corps, at embassies and protecting you as the ambassador, right? I was constantly assessing second by second my situational awareness, what's going on, what's around me. I will add to this. I think my daughters are working, but they hate going out for dinner with me because I'll sit in the corner. I'll put in the back corner, have my back to the corner, and I've assessed that whole room in a matter of seconds. How am I going to get in it? How am I going to get out of it? Right? How am I going to get them out of it? It's just ingrained into me. It's
great.
It's when you do that for tens of thousands of hours of training, it kind of just
second nature.
It becomes muscle memory.
Your beautiful wife, make it a practice to talk to your clients about using 2 cars when showing properties, especially in line with COVID precautionary measures. Make sure someone knows where you are and who you are meeting. Invite them to a public place or office. Yonna Smith, very smart moves right there. Waynesboro, Charlottesville, Louisa, Fluvanna, Albemarle County, Crozet, Northern Virginia, Arlington, McLean, and Hendersonville watching right now. Janice Trevelyan, yes, we did see this. We started this, so this is now becoming, going viral on social media, and they're asking for Keith's take about the governor. Janice says, did you see Northrum and his wife have tested positive for COVID? This is breaking news. It broke during the show, Janice. The distinguished gentleman offered some perspective on this. This is going to be obviously the hot topic of the day.
Yeah, and Janice, my opinion at the moment is offer prayers to him and his wife that they stay healthy. So we just and it's a we're talking safety, real estate safety. We're talking how COVID-19 impacts it, but this is a real in your face. This is real. This isn't some made up thing. And when the governor and his wife gets it hits home. Yeah, it's home.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is prayers.
Comments coming in on the Good Lord, we have folks over here. Comments coming in on
Everybody
numbers.
realizes I got to leave at 10:40.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, you have 8 minutes left and so much to cover and questions coming in. This is what happens when you create a popular show.
So I can leave and you can handle them.
I mean, I'm not going to be able to talk the numbers here. Can we talk to the numbers?
If you want to, we can do that real
They're
quick.
asking.
They're asking for numbers?
Yeah.
Okay. So Alfred
which is the very beloved and respected Judah.
As Alfred should be.
Right.
Slide 5. So at our last Friday show, my cohort in crime across from the table from me suggested I created a slide. So I did. And Judah, if you can leave that up for a little while, I'd appreciate that. So I'll read it from there. So what we've been talking about as far as the market, and I've been watching week over week for the month, and what I've been specifically watching is actives versus pendings, right? So what we're doing, what this analysis is looking at this. So this is a radius of 20 miles, all our jurisdictions do include Louisa County, specifically Oney Zion Crossroads, right? We're not tapping into the end of it, and it's a single-family detached, attached, condos, no new construction because it really skews the numbers. One way, particularly in Albemarle County, around Zion's Crossroads, that number's, Crozet. And it's active and pending. So these are things that just happened exactly in that 1 week.
Okay.
And what's interesting, if you take a look at and I've got week 1 through week 4, right?
Okay.
And so we'll eat it up. So week 1, actives over week 4, we're up 62 units. So in other words, the last week of 9/18 through 9/24, we're up a total of 62 units. The same thing with pendings towards 89. So what you're looking at here is there's a lot of arrows going up. So week over week, we've been climbing. There's one outlier, which is week 2, which I really didn't dig into why we had one down. But the bottom line is, just the last 2 weeks, we're up 30 actives and 20 pendings. So what we talked about this, in March? We predicted a V?
You predicted it.
That's what a V looks like.
I mean, that's the definition of a V.
So,
a sharp V.
Very much so. So everybody's been talking about are more units coming online, more homes becoming into active. Keep in mind, this is just new construction, right? Excuse me, without new construction, I apologize. We're climbing. The little outlier was week number 2, but the bottom line is we're climbing up. And the difference is we've got 62 versus over week 1 versus 89. And it's just climbing up. So I just wanted to spend a few minutes showing these numbers. That did take me a couple hours this morning. I'm a little slow on PowerPoint.
I think it's helpful.
But you were spot on. I was wrong.
It's like the teacher with the chalkboard.
Well, there's some people that may be listening to this show that's experienced me on a whiteboard.
Yeah, what is yours?
I got to show you a picture of one.
I think you have.
Yeah.
But you and I have similar wavelength, mind-wise.
That's a scary thought.
That's terrifying. I think that's why the show works.
Yeah. Our chemistry is definitely there, but one of these days I'll show you. If anybody ever really wants to know what Keith Smith's brain looks like,
whiteboard.
This whiteboard, right? And any normal person would look at that and go, I have no freaking clue what that is, but it makes total sense to me. All kinds of lines and things and letters and stuff like that.
Do you have any idiosyncrasies? Like, for example, my dad, before he puts the wallet in his pocket, he'll go, Coleman wallet, Coleman wallet, Coleman wallet, Coleman wallet. Close the wallet, put it in his pocket. Or when he's locking the door, and this is especially when it was a key and not the automatic lock, he would go, lock, open, lock, open, lock, open, lock. And maybe that's OCD, I think. Do you have any idiosyncrasies like that?
No, but
whoa. Those are some, right?
Whoa.
Right, yeah.
I will tell you, though, it's a standard. Even today, I was running a little bit late, go figure. I do this every time I get into my vehicle. I walk around my vehicle before I get in.
The full circle?
I walk around the whole vehicle.
Safety-wise?
I just get eyes on it, make sure I don't have a flat tire. It's just something that was always ingrained in me. And I'll just walk around. I taught it to my girls, my ladies, I should say, and my wife. And, when you get in the car, just walk around, give it an eyeball. Make sure it is what it needs to be and jump in. Just don't jump in and go. Now, I will tell you, Yonna's watching, right?
Yeah, Yonna's watching.
Sometimes I forget to check my gas gauge.
What are you saying, you run out of gas?
Yeah? I play a game.
You try to go as low as possible?
Not intentionally.
That's what I do.
Well,
I go as low as possible.
Yeah.
But now it has the digital where it can tell you how many miles you have left.
Sure. Yeah.
This is a comment coming in on Instagram Live here. Keith, if we do not get more inventory on the market, how's this going to impact the end of 2020 and going into 2021?
Yeah, so it's a great question. On one hand, I'm excited.
Nest.
There you go. On one hand, I'm super excited about. I think I'm going to win our bet.
Yeah, you're going to win the bet. Yeah.
Maybe not, right?
Really?
So,
but you said with the pendings.
yeah, but I looked at it this morning, and we're about a third there to
Yeah.
the number that I.
But we're not even in the fourth quarter yet.
I understand that, but as whoever that Nest agent just said,
Yeah.
if we don't grow that inventory number, which it seems to be growing, right? But if let's say that stops, let's say that goes to that outlier a week where it just stops or it just reduces down. Well, so if it's not active, I can't sell it. It can't go into pending.
And it takes what, 45, 60 day lag?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah. So pretty much if it's a 45 to 60 day lag, you need to get all the under contracts happening by, let me do the math here, November 20th. And then what you have working against you and what I have working for me is the Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays.
Yeah. I'm getting, on one hand, I'm excited, and the other hand,
because the Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays, does it slow it down?
So Trish, we and I'm running out of time here, but
I know.
I'll hang on for another couple minutes.
I want to hang out with you.
I'm the chairman, so
Yeah. Start the meeting late.
no.
They're watching.
I know they're watching. I know they're watching.
They're watching.
I know. I never said I was smart. Have I ever said in this show I'm smart?
Yes, you are smart. I don't like when you do that.
Yeah. So I'll just have to feed it from here.
You're just going to have to sprint. You might show up to the meeting with sweat dripping down your face.
He's heavy.
Because you sweat.
It's 10:44. We got to talk.
You sweat.
I do sweat. It's these damn lights. Look, now I just went off
Christmas and Thanksgiving.
Excuse me. Yeah, so we tried to talk a little bit about this, about will the presidential election impact the market. So historically it does. Historically, the market kind of takes a pause in October and November. But this is not a historical, this is a historical market, to be honest with you.
It's an anomaly market.
Correct. So it's I'm going to say with that, I think that trend of actives and pending is going to continue to grow through October, and we're going to follow it on the show, right? I'm going to follow it week over week. I think it's a really good indicator. You can start watching. Okay, they start slowing down a little bit. Then thank you, Judah. If they start slowing down a little bit, then we'll kind of get in front of it and add a little bit more. But that's going in the right direction. So the short answer is I don't think it's going to slow down. Historically, it typically does, though.
Okay. 46 now. Means we got to wind it down here. So, guys, everyone that's watching, the distinguished gentleman is a busy guy. He is chairing one more time.
I overbooked myself.
He double booked himself. We'll cut to the chase. He double booked to himself. So we have to cut the show a bit short. The show normally runs 10:15 to. We're going to end it a little.
Is usually an hour and a half long.
We're going to end it early. Unfortunately, I don't get to hang out with my homie much longer here. A final word? Because I'm trying to keep you here as long as possible.
I know you are. Yeah. I know you are. Hey, let's keep the governor and his wife in our thoughts and prayers, right? Check all the other bullshit. Keep them in the. Well, it's true because it is.
Yeah.
I had to get all that out because when I go chair, I can't.
You dropped 4 F words. 4 letter
no,
words
I didn't drop the F word.
No, not the F word.
But fabulous. There you go. I dropped the F word. Fabulous.
Quentin Beckham is putting man, I wish the show could continue. I really do.
I can't because he's going to yell at me.
Quentin Beckham just dropped a link here about men's cardigans.
Men's cardigans.
6 men's cardigans that won't make you look like Mr. Rogers here. I think one of them is, hey, number 3, Quentin is the one I'm wearing. You're giving me some props. Hey, number 5 might be the one I'm wearing too. Quentin's got some good taste in clothes.
You can keep the show going. You and Quentin and the people just talk. I mean,
Quentin is part of your thing. Isn't he a part of?
Well, he's going to watch. Yeah.
Okay. I thought
But
he
you
was
can
part-
talk to him for 10 minutes. He can switch over.
Ah,
Whatever
Chris-
you want to do, guys. But I got to go.
I know we gotta go.
I got to go do this thing. Thank
Your
you.
boy Christopher Eagle's watching. He wants it to keep going. We can't.
I can't, Christopher. I double booked. I'm such a
I mean,
knucklehead.
it just shows you that people are counting on you.
Oh, great. Thanks for the pressure.
I mean, no, I meant for this show. I thought you were going to say,
I think
I
they're
don't,
going to count on me on the other
I don't
one,
want to
too.
disappoint these people, but they tune into you.
Yeah.
All right, we got to go. We got to get you.
Sorry,
we have an out
guys.
video, don't we?
Sorry,
We have
we got an exit video.
Yeah, exit video. Yeah.
Thank you. Let's be kind to one another.
Pray for the governor.
Pray for the governor and his wife. For my real estate fellow realtors out there, safety first, Batman.
Tell them to tune into you or what you got going on here.
Oh, you're talking about at 11 o'clock.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
So hopefully you guys can drop a feed in here, but it's starting in 10 minutes. So if you're not registered,
Oh, is it too late?
they got 10 minutes to register.
10 minutes to register.
So I think I sent you the link. And
Yeah,
you can drop it
yeah,
in there. That would
absolutely.
be great. Guys, I got to go. Thank you for everything. See you
Real
later.
Talk, powered by the Yes Team Realtors, trusted advisors in the game. Keith and Yonna Smith. Keith and Yonna Smith will go to war for you. Let's play an exit video. Judah Wickower, do you have that ready to go?
Yep.
All right, cue it up, my friend.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Instagram. We love you, Instagram.